Hello, all participants again. We will start with Hernán FORLEO from Argentina. Prof.Dr. Hernán FORLEO, are you here?
Good morning. Hello,
Good
how are
morning,
you?
Hernán. Hernán
Yes.
FORLEO is from Argentina. He's working in University of Buenos Aires. Floor is yours, dear professor.
Yes. Can I start my keynote to speak?
Yes, of course.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Wait a minute. I need to share my presentation. Is possible? With a
Yes, now it is
PowerPoint?
possible. We opened it. You can try.
Okay. Thank you very much. Well, can you see the picture, the presentation?
Yes, it's visible.
Well, thank you very much. Well, good morning all here. Greeting from Buenos Aires in Argentina. Here is now 4:02 a.m. It's a pleasure for me to stay again at the 9th CEO Congress. In this time, we talk about the recent line that we are carrying on is the pattern of growth rate cycle in Turkey and Argentina. It's an empirical evidence from 2004 to 2024. It's true that the growth cycles can be compared between countries in amplitude, duration, rates, and turning point. But anytime we can think about where the economies allocate its growth throughout the time. We analyze the monthly activity indicators of Turkey and Argentina. The main objective of this article is to use a typical tool of descriptive statistics in depth to determine the existence of cyclical behavior pattern. This time, we carry on the research on first, the pattern of seasonal coefficients, comparing growth rate cycle measured amplitude, duration, and growth rate of each economy. Third, the existing pattern between amplitude and rate using box plot and whisker in 2 dimensions. And four, estimating the time where each economy assigned the accumulation and deaccumulation of rate during the time analyzed. And five, the behavior rate in short and medium-term cycles. Because I have only 10 minutes, we only talk about the first, the second, the third point. Sorry, the first, the second, and the fourth points, okay? Well, we follow the seminal contribution of Mitchell, Barnes and Mitchell, Moore, Sarnowitz, Kilman, Prescott, Sarasaga, Gopinak, Asimoglu, and Horat. We found that the both economies have a different pattern of growth and the time where each accrue their growth. To estimate the value of the seasonal coefficient, we use the moving center average of the growth rate cycle using the ratio between the value of each month and the geometric average. Excuse me 1 second. Apologies. For the growth rate cycle, using the ratio between the value of each month and the geometric average, for the accrual time, applying the time value of the money to calculate the equivalent time between the observed rate and the exchange rate. First, we estimate the seasonal coefficient for Turkish monthly industrial production index. We find that the first 2 months of each year are a low coefficient, and since May to December, the coefficients are over 1. And it's interesting to see that if we make a box plot and whisker relationship, the lower values using the interquartile range are frequent in the Turkish industrial production index, with the exception of September and October. And if we see the upper interquartile range, we find that in January and February, perhaps occurs some notch or anomalies. The second interesting is the amplitude between the maximum and minimum value each year. It's interesting to see that when the Turkish economies are the coefficient values are more than 1, the volatility diminish. And second, if we use the maximum value of the seasonal coefficient of the Turkish industrial production index, it is in December, and replicate twice throughout the time, we find a cyclical pattern. This is a maximum on December, a lower in February, and there's an increase to December and repeat again the cycle. If we use Argentina, we find that different of Turkey, in the last part of the year, in the second half, they are lower than 1 seasonal coefficient. And also, like Turkey, in January and February, the seasonal coefficient value are lesser than 1. The most strong activity in Argentina occurs between March and July, and the anomalies value can be occurred in the maximum value in January and February and in December, and using the lower interquartile range in April. In the other hand, we know in different with Turkey, we see that the volatility of the coefficient for the seasonal adjusted is lower when the values are lesser to 1. Making the same example using the industrial production of Turkey, we use and duplicate the pattern, and we find another cyclical pattern. Turkey, the maximum is in December. In Argentina, is in May. And after this month, decrease till February and repeat. There is a different pattern of the seasonal coefficients. The second line is measuring the growth rate cycle for the industrial production index. We find that for the upswing, the duration is higher than for the downswing. And the growth rates in absolute terms in Turkey are more higher than the downswing. If we use Argentina, we see that the duration of the upswing are decreasing throughout the time. And the rates in the upswing are similar or lesser in absolute terms than for the downswing. The third line is where the economy allocate the growth rate cycle. For example, for Turkey, if we use the time value of the money and compare the effective rate with the average rate, we calculate the difference in months equivalent. We see that in Turkey, after the Great Recessions, the Turkish economy grows strongly till the Turkish economy grows strongly before the Great Recession, and after the Great Recession, have 2 patterns of growth. First, till January of 2011, and the second is till December of 2017. This is the strong pattern of growth of the Turkish economy. There is a recession throughout 2018 year, a recovery, this is the lockdown, the recovery of the lockdown, and after the recovery of lockdown, the Turkish Industrial Production Index decreased their pattern of growth. This is September 2022. We can see that the growth of the Industrial Production Index have changed their pattern of growth because the war of the Black Sea that during till today. If we see Argentina, we can see there are more volatility in the pattern of growth. Argentina have a strong growth before the Great Recession, recover from the Great Recession 3 years later, and after the Great Recession, starting a fluctuation, a cyclical of stop and go. But each recession are more deeper. 2 years before the lockdown, the recession occurs are in line with the Great Recession. A little recovery, the lockdown, the recovery, and back again to stop and go cycles. This is a pattern and a characteristic after the crisis or after the recovery of the crisis that in Argentina take place the stop and go cycles. This is our presentations, and if we see that we have compared the cycles, we find that the Turkish economy has 14 turning points to the upswing and 14 turning points to the downswing, but the growth rate of the upswing is 1.20% monthly, and the maturity is 10 months. The downswing is a negative rate of 0.69%, and the maturity 7 months. It is equivalent to grow an average yearly, an effective annual year of 14.62%. If we use Argentina, taking Argentina, we find that Argentina has 17 turning points to the upswing and 17 turning points to the downswing, but different from the Turkish economy. The maturity of the downswing, of the upswing, sorry, is lesser than the downswing. The average duration is 6.8 months, and the average maturity of the downswing is 6.7 months. Also with the different rates. The monthly rate of the upswing is 1.06%, and the monthly average rate of the downswing is negative in 0.81%. It is equivalent to an effective annual year of growth of 1.48%. In a preliminary conclusion, we find that are different economics, not only for the distance in miles or kilometers. We find that there are many differences in economics structure, and we suggest that for the moment we don't compare with both economies. It is better to compare Argentina with his neighbors and Turkey with his neighbors for the moment. Thank you very much.
You are welcome, Mr. Hernán. Thank you very much for your great presentation. You are always with us. You are always adding value. Dear BASU, are you here?
Yeah, I am here.
Yes, you are the moderator of the session. Floor is yours, sir.
Okay, I am Dr. Analjyoti BASU. I am a very good afternoon to all the participants, respected participants. I am first small introduction of myself. I am an innovation ambassador of Ministry of Education, Government of India. And also presently I am the associate professor of a renowned University of India, that is a Brainware University. I welcome all the dignitaries in the 9th CEO Congress, International Congress 2024 Kazakhstan. Without wasting time, because the session has already started, as I can see, I welcome Siham EL-KAFAFİ, Director of Arrows Research Consultancy, New Zealand, to present your paper.
Thank you very much. My apologies, as I was on another link and there was nobody there. So thanks to Kareem for giving me that link. Yeah.
No issues, madam.
It's a pleasure to be with you here. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening from New Zealand. I would like, please, to share my PowerPoint.
You can.
Yes, madam. Please go on.
So is it everybody can hear and see?
Yeah. It is visible.
Excellent. Excellent. Thank you very much. Okay. So today it's my pleasure to be here with you to talk about AI's role in cross-cultural peer education. So the primary objective of my research is to identify what are the AI tools that are being employed currently for cross-cultural peer learning, to evaluate their effectiveness and to understand the benefits and challenges that is associated with their use. Also, I'm trying to seek here a nuanced understanding for the current landscape and future potential for AI in this context. So what is the issue? What is the problem there is that, as we all know, that cross-cultural peer learning involves students from diverse cultural backgrounds, to engage them, to share their educational activities, to foster mutual understanding and knowledge exchange. So, however, this process, of course, has got a lot of challenges, especially when we are talking in the area of language barriers, cultural misunderstandings, and varying educational norms. So these obstacles can impact the effectiveness of communication and collaboration, which can hinder that learning process for our beloved students. So despite all this recognition of those challenges, still there are issues there that we need to address in order to fill those significant gaps, to be able to help our students, especially in the cross-cultural learning experiences. So in this research, I'm trying to answer the following 4 questions. What are the existing AI tools and technologies that is used in the cross-cultural peer learning? What is their effectiveness? What are the benefits and challenges? And what are the existing gaps right now in research? So let's have a look at what is the evolving role of AI in education. With AI technologies, it's offering unprecedented opportunities to personalize a learning experience, to adapt instructional methods, and to enhance the educational outcome. So from that perspective of cross-cultural peer learning, AI holds the potential to mitigate language barriers, promote cultural exchange, and facilitate collaborative learning among students from these different parts of that huge world of ours. So by leveraging the AI tools and platforms, us educators can create inclusive learning environments that cater for unique needs and backgrounds of each and every student. The methodology of this research is a qualitative approach through a systematic literature review to explore the intersection between the AI in education and the focus specifically on cross-cultural peer learning why this methodology was chosen, because it allows for a comprehensive synthesis of the existing knowledge, insights, and empirical evidence regarding the AI application in the diverse educational settings. So, just before going there, my research paper is very detailed, and it has got all the information if you're curious to know about the literature review and all those parts. But due to the limited time, I chose snippets from this research paper in order to confine to the 10 minutes. So I just want to quickly share with you a few of the case studies to provide you with an example of the successful usage of AI in cultural learning settings around the globe. So the first one is Duolingo, which is a widely used AI-powered language learning platform that adapts to individual learning styles and provides personalized feedback. It has been instrumental in promoting language learning and cultural exchange globally. The second example case is Google Translate in educational settings. And this also utilizes AI and machine learning to provide real-time translation of text, speech, and images across multiple languages. Another example from here in New Zealand is how we are integrating AI-powered language learning applications into educational systems to enhance the language proficiency among culturally diverse student populations. And the specific example is how it is being utilized to support the Maori language. And Maori is the indigenous people here of New Zealand. Another example from China is the Squirrel AI Learning, which is an AI-powered tutoring system that is widely used in China, specifically for K-12 education, and it is a personalized learning experience for the student. Now, let me go through a bit of those findings from the literature review. The first one is the AI technologies and how they are personalized in these platforms, especially for language translation tools, and how they are effectively enhancing cross-cultural learning in the classroom. The other one also is how AI is promoting cultural sensitivity and global competencies by fostering empathy among the students from diverse cultural backgrounds. But also there is challenges, as I mentioned, specifically ethical considerations like data privacy, algorithms bias, and culture appropriateness. These are some of the challenges noticed. There are more findings which is impacting on the cross-cultural peer learning. So the first one is the personalized learning and adaptive feedback. And this is helping in enhancing the engagement of the students because it is tailoring learning experiences to cater for the diverse learning styles. And we all know that our students have different learning styles on top of the cultural context, and also in order to help them being engaged and motivated in order to enhance their learning outcomes. The second one is the facilitation of cross-cultural communication. So there is different cultures. How are we communicate and exchange those different cultures in order to bring them together and foster mutual understanding and application, and prepare our students for global also collaboration through those AI tools to prepare them to become global citizens, to be interconnected workforce through this global environment we're living in. Another one is also the promotion of intercultural competence and how there's exposure to other cultures that provides them with the ability to have empathy and respect to other cultures and their differences, and also to prepare them, as I mentioned, as global citizens. So having said that, there are some gaps that were found in the research. So there is lack of comprehensive studies that assesses the impact of AI on cultural awareness, on empathy development, on collaboration among students from diverse cultural backgrounds. Also, there is limited research exploring the ethical implications of AI on cross-cultural education. The other one also is limited empirical evidence on the durability, the cost effectiveness of AI technology. So in conclusion, the role of AI in facilitating cross-cultural communication cannot be overestimated. Language translation tools and these vital exchanges platforms powered by AI bridge these linguistic barriers. They enable seamless collaboration among students from different parts of the world. And also that helps to promote multicultural dialogues and prepare them to be global citizens by cultivating empathy, respect of diversity, effective communication skills across all those cultural boundaries. But having said that, we need to also look at what could be the issues and the challenges like data privacy, algorithm biases, and inequitable access due to the technology. These issues must be addressed when we are implementing AI and in order to provide these educational opportunities for everybody. So in conclusion, while challenges and complexities accompany the integration of AI in cross-cultural peer learning, the opportunities it presents is vast and transformative. So as we navigate this evolving landscape of education, AI stands poised as a catalyst for innovation and equity, shaping a future where learning is personalized, interconnected, and globally informed. On a final note, by leveraging AI in cross-cultural education, we can create more inclusive, more equitable, and a global connected learning environment that celebrates diversity and foster mutual understanding. Thank you very much.
Thank you. So wonderful presentation by Madam Siham EL-KAFAFİ. And next we will take on Associate Professor Dr. Boku Sobiro from Samarkand branch of Tashkent State University of Economics, Uzbekistan. Actually,
can I ask some questions if you don't mind? Can I ask some questions to the presenter?
Okay. Sure. Please take it.
Well, the lady from New Zealand, I am Professor Dr. Ratnesh Dwivedi from India. I have a very humble question. You said that AI will leverage innovation and various other things in cross-cultural spectrum. My question to you is, you support AI. I also know the advantages of AI, but there is a question, and there is a very basic question, that what will be to the original thinking, logic, and all books which has been written by various notable authors, if we are looking for questions, if we are looking for the answers from AI generated LLM. Because reason for this is that AI will keep the data fed by humankind in its system, and it will generate those answers which will be fed by...
Dear Ratnesh,
Okay.
Sorry for interrupting you. Please ask your question.
My question, yes, sure. Question is,
please keep specific one.
My question is, where will be the originality and logic if we talk about AI, as the presenter said, that AI will open the various kind of innovation and avenues, but where will be the originality of the human brain?
Have you finished your question? May I answer?
Yes.
Okay.
Sure.
Thank you. First of all, Professor Ratne, thank you very, very much for your question. And this is a normal question that everybody is worried that AI is going to abolish human beings, abolish our thinking, and they will take our place. But let me assure you, from my own humble point of view, I don't think they are capable. And the simple answer is that we created the AI. It is the human brain. It is us. It is, and the aim of AI here, and what I was talking about more specifically in that research, is how we are uniting. Why are we bringing the cross-cultural people in order to communicate? So in the way I was talking about it is that it's the language, it's the barriers, it's to make your time shorter and to help you and make things quicker for you, not to remove you, not to abolish you. If you are going to look, do you have a smartphone?
Yes, I do.
Why do you have a smartphone then? You shouldn't, because the smartphone is AI. Do you use your, what do you call the GPS in your car?
Sorry, no.
Well, I use it because I don't know the directions. I get lost. And if I get lost, I'm going to spend hours to go to my destination.
I don't trust on car maps. I don't trust on Google Map because it leads to a wrong direction sometimes.
Yes, but anyway, well, this is human errors. We go back, we created AI. We created it to help us. Let me give you another example that everybody's talking about it nowadays, which is ChatGPT, right? I am sure you heard about it. ChatGPT is there to help us. It is not to replace our mind. And these things that's put there, it's put by human beings. And where does ChatGPT get its information? It goes and searches on Google and gets, and you ask for the resources, it tells you where it got it from. So it did not concoct it out of thin air. It got it from somebody who put it there. We humans put things on there. So look, human beings hate change.
Okay, the things will go on. I know the things will go on.
Lots of us would come and say that, you know, why fix it if it is working? And it is normal for us to be scared of the unknown, something that is disturbing our habits. But it's happening, and it has been happening for a while. We just started talking about it now.
Okay, sir.
Appreciate you.
I will rather suggest Dr. Ratnesh, you take Siham madam's email ID, and Siham madam, you take the email ID of Dr. Ratnesh Prasad, because the things will go on.
Okay,
as you know it.
Thank you, thank you.
And it's okay because
when the paper is published, yeah, when the paper is published, please have a look at it. Which angle and perspective I am talking from.
Yeah, so please, we are going to the next speaker because a lot of them are in the queue. So we are going to the next speaker. Actually, he was in the guest speaker session, but because of his pre-occupied jobs, he will be leaving. So let's welcome Professor, Associate Professor Dr. Bobur Sobirov. He is from Samarkand branch of Tashkent State University of Economics and Uzbekistan. Please, sir, it is over to you.
Okay.
Sobirov Bobur, sir. Yeah, please.
So you can see my presentation?
Yes, it is visible. No, the screen is still not visible. Yeah, now it is visible. Please go on.
Okay, thank you. Good day, everyone. I am Bobur Sobirov, Editor-in-Chief of many Scopus journals. You can get my WhatsApp and email ID if you want any kind of help according to Scopus. So today, thank you for invitation for this interesting and very hot topic of the conference. And I see that there are many participants on Zoom, and interesting, let's say, keynote speakers are also here. So my presentation was how to get sustainability of the journal, because there are many topics, many ideas, how we can process good Scopus journal and how to maintain sustainability. So there are some points, and I will be fast because of time schedule. I have to go to the next Zoom. So here the main points were editorial process, ethical guidelines, peer review, and open access policy of the Scopus journals. Very important nowadays in all around the world in order to get quarter 1 or quarter 2 or quarter 3, let's say.
Sorry to interrupt you, sir. Sorry to interrupt you, sir. Your screen is not totally visible. Can you make it full screen?
Oh, really?
The letters are not visible. Yeah.
Yeah.
No. Right now, you go on the sharing mode, and after that, make it full screen. The presentation. Yeah.
Now you can see.
Yeah. It's okay.
So I will be fast in that case. The main point of my presentation is how to manage a proper journal and how to be editor-in-chief of, let's say, any journal and how to succeed Scopus target. So I have shared my presentation on chat of the Zoom. If anyone has any kind of interest to make journal, to run journal, to manage journal, and to make journal on Scopus, let's say, level, you can communicate with me. As moderator said, we have not much time and there are many people on queue. I don't want to provide all my slides because here are 40 slides. The main points I wanted to share is that there should be, after diversity, there should be peer review process, there should be different editorial board members from different countries, and you need to pay attention mostly on the title and focus of your journal. If your title is, let's say, unique, so your journal can be fastly indexed on Scopus. As our previous presenter mentioned already, AI, artificial intelligence, for example, could be interesting, but there are some journals of AI on tourism. There are some journals of artificial intelligence on economics, but in some topics, there is still no journal indexed on Scopus. Maybe if you choose artificial intelligence with something, it could be interesting. So my presentation was about these points. If any questions are there, you can just write me on my WhatsApp or let's say email. We can discuss, we can help on the process of new journal. We have team, but the main point of my participation on this conference, thanks to Mr. Karim, he invited me to be one of the keynote speaker or let's say lecture who can share knowledge. I wanted just to share my knowledge of creating of new journals. So if you are interested on this, so this today's CEO topic can be easily directed or linked with sustainability of the journal. So my topic and my interest of participation on this conference is connected with this one. Thank you for all of you for time sharing, and I hope to make better collaboration with each of you. Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much, sir, for your insightful words. And it is really very, if we have to take up, then definitely it will help us. So next we are inviting Dr. Dewi Puspaningtyas Faeni, MBA, MST, Dean Faculty of Economics and Business.
Thank you very much.
University.
I would like to share screen. Thank you.
Sure. Please, ma'am.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, very esteemed professors from all over the world, I would like to welcome to every one of you to the 9th of CEO International Conference. My speech would be in the interconnected futures, which is how to navigate global challenges. Thank you. Well, first of all, let me try to elaborate of how global challenges in an overview that we are socially, economically, environmentally, organizationally, and technologically challenges are interconnected, and it has impact of each other, okay? And how the importance of the interdisciplinary solutions and how to address complex global challenges that requires collaborations across disciplines for sustainable solutions. Well, we have social challenges such as key social issues that we are facing at the moment, that we have since 7th October 2024, and we have inequality, poverty, inequality in education, healthcare, access, diversity, and all kinds of inclusions. So also the interconnectedness with other challenges that we are facing at the moment. And social issues impact by all means, economic opportunities and environmental sustainability and organizational dynamics. We have also faced the economic challenges such as high rates of inflation, major economic concerns, the income inequality, globalizations, trade tensions due to the wars, financial instability, and job displacement. Another way that interplay with other challenges, such all variables that we mentioned before. Economic challenges, of course, influence social welfare, environmental policies, and technological advancement. The economical challenges, of course, also impact on the environmental challenges, such as critical environmental issues. We have climate changes, we have pollutions, deforestation, water scarcity, and biodiversity loss, which also interconnected natures of challenges. The environmental degradations affect social well-beings, economic stability, organizational practices, and of course, technological innovations. The organizational challenges, which will speed up all of organizational dynamics and all vitality and leadership's governance, corporate responsibility, innovations, and change of management in all factors. And integrations with global challenges and organizational decision impact all social equity, economic development, environmental sustainability, and of course, technological progress. And technological challenges that we are seeing right now, that we had a very short discussion among those Professor Siham and other professor from other country. And they mentioned about how important and not important of the artificial intelligence, as spoken before by Professor Siham EL-KAFAFİ. The emerging technological trends, AI, automations, digital transformation, cybersecurity, and data privacy would also be a challenge for all of us. Cross-cutting impact on global issues and technological shapes of social interactions, economic system, environmental solutions, and organizational strategies. Well, these are the interdisciplinary solutions that I mentioned before, that we should have approaches, collaborative approaches among industries, among universities, among researchers, among all economic practitioners, and bringing all together expertise from diverse fields to address complex challenges that we face in different ways in different countries. And examples of interdisciplinary solutions will be, of course, varied in every single countries, but of course, the sustainable development goals, circular economic initiatives, smart cities projects, and inclusive innovation practices would be one of the problem solving. Conclusion is that regarding all the global challenges that we view just now, I'm calling for actions. We are expertise, we are professors, we are scholars in all academic levels. We should come and embrace interdisciplinary collaborations to navigate global challenges effectively. And we should also create a sustainable future by understanding the interconnectedness of social, economic, environmental, organizational, and technological factors. And we can sit and work together toward a more sustainable and resilient futures. Well, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I'm compressing because I'm also a hypnotherapist and I have patients waiting for me. So thank you very much, Professor BASU, and all the members and participants of the 9 CEOs International Conference. Thank you very much.
So great to know about your another role, and definitely it could help others. Okay. Now we will go to Dr. Bahrullah Safi. Yeah, madam. You can leave.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. So we are inviting next Dr. Bahrullah Safi, Chief Strategic Officer, International Acacia University, Arizona, US. I think Bahrullah Safi sir is there. Or...
Mr. BASU, he is in the guest speaker session. You need to proceed with
Luís Miguel,
Luís Miguel Cardoso from Portugal.
Okay. Yeah. So let's invite Professor Dr. Luís Miguel Cardoso, Polytechnic Institute of Portugal, Portalegre, Portugal. Welcome, sir, to the session. Thank you.
Greetings and good morning from Portugal. It's a great pleasure to be here. So first of all, I would like to thank the very kind invitation that was made by the organizing committee. It's a great pleasure and a great honor to be here. So I'd like to say hello and warm greetings to our esteemed moderator, of course, and to all esteemed colleagues and participants present here today at this extraordinary event. So my dear fellow colleagues, allow me to share my presentation regarding one of the most interesting challenges we have today in this first decade of the 21st century. And of course, this is all about skills and literacies for this new 21st century. So we are living, indeed, we are living in a very challenging world, and this first decade is allowing us to understand the key differences from the latest paradigm we had regarding higher education profiles and frameworks about our connections with the labor market, and the new educational paradigm that is now being addressed by higher education institutions in connection with the private sector and the public sector. So when we think about all these changes, and we had here some keynote speakers who were highlighting these differences and changes, of course, we all understand that our world, our society is indeed changing. But the key question is higher education changing as well? So are we keeping up? Are our higher education institutions keeping up regarding these changes? Namely, when we are thinking about what the labor market wants from our professionals, what the labor market wants from our students. So this is a key question, namely when we try to understand the most important trends we have nowadays regarding our common future and the world of work. So allow me to share, for example, a recent study that was made and conducted by Dell Technologies. And according to this study, more than 85% of the professions that will exist in 2030 have not yet been invented. So this means we have to be prepared. This means we have to align our higher education institutions with the most important trends we have in the labor market, with the most important trends we have regarding technology, regarding, for example, AI, and several technological solutions that are now reshaping the world of education. So when we think about what is necessary to overcome the abyss between the 20th century and becoming higher education institutions for the 21st century, we think, for example, on the contribution that the OECD has been giving us, namely by publishing several reports regarding these new trends. And one of the most important reports that I would like to highlight here is the future we want, the future of education and skills education 2030. So this is all about education 2030 and what is required from us regarding the way we are preparing our students for the labor market. And we are now addressing these new challenges by trying to create a new type of equilibrium between knowledge, skills, literacies, hard skills, soft skills, interpersonal skills that are so important, namely when the future employers want from our current students to overcome many challenges that we cannot predict. So the future of the market is indeed connected with the possibility to predict and actively trying to understand these changes. So our students must be prepared to be active, to be innovative, to be change makers. So some recent publications regarding these new skills and regarding the future of jobs include, for example, future skills, the future of learning in higher education, future skills, the 20 skills and competencies everyone needs to succeed in a digital world, because indeed we are living in a digital era, and of course, future jobs, the jobs that we have to prepare our students to engage with and to be prepared to try to connect with the most recent trends, namely with jobs that are not created yet. So this is why universities have to, for example, using conferences like this one, share best practices, share the most recent trends regarding the analysis of the labor market tendencies, and of course, trying to understand what are the expectations and what are the needs of our students. So this is why many times we use a metaphor. Each and every student must have a compass of their own, a compass that will guide their efforts regarding the connection between what is knowledge, what are our most important tools nowadays to access knowledge, to access information, to use information, and to be prepared to connect that information, that knowledge, with soft skills and hard skills. So when you think about all this, of course, we are creating a new paradigm. So everything is changing, as we were saying a few minutes ago. Now we have to understand that these 4 questions are now being addressed in a different way in this first decade. So where and when students learn. Now students learn not just in our universities, but of course, also outside our universities. So they can access information, but we have to be with them. We have to be professors, but also mentors and tutors to give our students the correct tools, the correct instruments for them to analyze information, for them to use in their future situations. And of course, how teachers are learning and how teachers are teaching nowadays, because nowadays we need a new type of teacher. We need a teacher that will require upskilling in a different way, in a faster way, because we have more and more technology in our classrooms. We have more and more technology solutions in our classrooms, and we have to establish a connection between our universities and what is happening around us. And of course, we are now analyzing how students learn, and they are learning in a different way. As I was saying before, they are learning not just inside our classrooms, but many, many times outside our classrooms. So this means we have to act inside our classrooms and outside our classrooms. So this creates a new approach regarding how to develop, sustain, and to establish new school improvements. So when we connect all these points here, we come across a very important report from UNESCO that highlights the need to have ICT-based teaching and learning integrated in all sectors of education. And of course, our common future also requires well-informed long-term policies and strategies, professional development, and well-researched and innovative methodologies for education technology, indeed, to play a central role in building inclusive and sustainable knowledge societies. So this is, of course, our common future. And we are all united to achieve this common goal. So when I think about the Qingdao Declaration, this is all about what we have to understand that is vital by 2030. What is vital by 2030 is to have inclusive, equitable, and quality education and lifelong learning. So these are our common goals for 2030, and this unites all. So we are all together, namely in Europe, in higher education institutions in Europe, to create new modes of teaching and learning, to establish innovation as a priority. And of course, innovation is affecting all areas of European higher education provision. So we have to decide what are our key options, namely when we think about course design, when we think about blended and online course design, when we think about the new approaches regarding assessment, using e-assessment, namely addressing new learning communities by using online sessions, online tutoring sessions, for example, by using virtual labs, virtual seminars, transnational online delivery, just like this conference, as I said before. And of course, higher education must approach this common ground for creating and establishing a connection between these international challenges, these international trends, with the trends and the national policies of each and every country. Because even when we think about one country, we have different districts, we have different cities, we have different communities. Many times we have different challenges from one district to another. So this means that we have to understand what is global and what is local. And when we connect all this, of course, we can think about further responses. And further responses, and this is the final challenge for this presentation, is to connect education, technology, and innovation. So global and local responses are the key. We need to address a new type of curriculum. We need to create teaching and learning materials that are indeed being renewed and being influenced by new technologies, namely artificial intelligence. And we should not be afraid regarding artificial intelligence. We need new learning areas because, as I said, the labor market is changing. And if the labor market is changing, then we have to change our learning areas as well. We have to diversify teaching and learning options. We must improve our teacher training programs, and we need to establish an equilibrium between knowledge, these new skills, these soft skills, to enhance our students' capabilities. So I would like to end this presentation by saying that it is indeed an extraordinary challenge for us all to understand these new trends. But we have to understand that these new trends are here to stay. So our common approach regarding technology, our common approach regarding what are the most important recent reports, for example, from UNESCO, from the OECD, from the World Economic Forum, are leading us to a common future regarding quality education by 2030. And this is indeed our common goal, to have equality, to have inclusion, and to have quality education for all. So this is why conferences like this one are so important, in order to create new opportunities to work together in an international approach, creating international networks, and indeed to share knowledge with colleagues from different universities, different countries, and different continents. So thank you so much, esteemed colleagues, for your attention. It was a great pleasure to be here with you today. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for joining many dots. That is from artificial intelligence, how it is going to impact the job market, the classes, and after that, what are the skills that are needed, and also the local and the global interfaces. You have joined many dots in a very small time. Thank you very much, sir. And also, we will be in connect with you from the CEO Congress in the coming time also regarding the research on this area. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
So next, let me invite Dr. Engineer Firdaus Basbeth, MM, Sekolah Tinggi Manajemen, PPM Manajemen, Indonesia. Okay.
Yeah.
Welcome, madam.
Thank you very much, Analjyoti BASU. So, hello, good morning, good afternoon.
Sorry, Firdaus, sorry.
Yes.
Actually, Mr. BASU, the university name has changed, as I know, Sekolah Tinggi Management IPMI Institute. I celebrate all IPMI workers about this.
It's PPM,
PPM. It's PPM.
PPM.
Okay. Okay. No worries. So it's always difficult to talk after Dr. Luís. Yeah? So hello, my name is Firdaus. I'm from Jakarta, Indonesia, and I'm delighted to present my research topic. After AI and all the sustainability, I want to talk about home, our home, and the institution who provided the host for us. Yeah, and the topic is creating competitive advantage through value chain integration and co-innovation in an era where the technology advancement and changing consumer expectation continually reshape the financial landscape. So the studies explore how strategic integration across the value chain and collaborative innovation. So let me share my. Okay, so creating competitive advantage through value chain and co-innovation. Before that, I would like to thank Karim Karada, my bestie, Amelia Naim, Betty, and Ibu Dewi Faeni. So I owe you my life, I think. So let me introduce. So this is the real house price growth is starting to slow in many countries, with prices falling in number of countries. This is Indonesia, not too high price at home compared to Turkey. Look at that, at the other side of the world. And the problem is with the housing in Indonesia is that the need for housing reaches 800,000 units per year with the population of 250 million. If the government provides 1 million houses per year, the need for housing for the whole population will be fulfilled in 17 years. My son, two sons are still live with me in our house. Not because it's a housing problem, because I want them to live with me. So, and then because the backlog that has not been met was 6 million since 2003 until now. So the government provided support in the form of funding institution by establishing a bank, special bank, the State Saving Bank for housing. This bank is the only one focusing on housing ownership for low-income households. However, since its inception, the program, about 10 years ago, has been traveling over some rocky road. Complication in permit and land acquisition have resulted in construction delays, red tape, non-necessary government bureaucracy, the main culprit behind this development program. So BTN should play a central role in the 1 million home program for low-income people as enabler, facilitator, and collaborator to encourage housing insecurity. The lack of interaction among the key stakeholders and the low level of coordination along the housing for the poor can contribute a situation where housing lending for low-income households doesn't lead to the expected growth. So what happened? It became increasingly that Rumnas is one of the supplier, and BTN alone could not maintain role as provider and funding institution affordable housing on time to reduce backlog. Then the bank itself is still behind in the competition landscape. It's still behind other bank with the loan growth, even though it's the loan growth is high, but the all the loan growth ROAE is still behind the competition. And this is the supply side. Bank BTN not loan in the housing provider. They have a land provider, they have a supplier, a developer, and on the demand side is a consumer that need to be financing. And then this is a central role of the BTN, the bank, and all the government, community developer, competitor, national housing. So how they will survive in that turbulence of competition. So the objective is to aim to develop comprehensive integrated model that helps explaining the impact of value chain integration among the business ecosystem, and again, a co-innovation in a network. So the study suggests that firms gain competitive advantage by utilizing value chain integration and co-working with their ecosystem. I will skip the literature review and then we'll go directly to this model. This is our model, value chain, co-innovation in the central, and then competitive advantage. The method, we have a quantitative survey, a questionnaire, and cross-sectional. We have 210 samples, all the banks across Indonesia, the branch of the BTN. Okay. And then we have PLSM to test the model. So, and then what is the finding? We found that co-innovation have a strong relationship, stronger relationship to competitive advantage, and also the value chain integration have a positive, significant relationship to the competitive advantage. So, and then we have to test the model, and then after that, we test the hypothesis or all the supported hypotheses, and then what is the conclusion and what is our recommendation to the bank. The result proves that supply chain integration has a significant effect on competitive advantage. The value network-based co-innovation has the effect of fully mediating the relationship. So the era of working alone is end, so they have to work with all their ecosystem to provide housing for us, the people, the poor and the rich. First, the study suggests that value network is a function of how well the ecosystem within the value network connects, simplifies, and harmonize process that will generate added value to the coordination and create competitive advantage. So, for the management should extensively integrate their organization with the ecosystem to pursue the broader strategy of co-innovation. So thank you very much, Dr. Sekolah Derim. Terima kasih banyak. I'm from Indonesia. Hello, this is my Facebook, LinkedIn, email, and phone. Thank you. So back to you, Mr. BASU.
Yeah, thank you, madam, for your wonderful presentation, insightful one. And sir, Karim sir, can we start the next session? That is the guest speaker session. Okay, or should we wait for some time? Okay, I'm contacting with him. By the way, present session is over. Keynote speaker session. It was a wonderful session. Speaker from the different parts of the world and from different perspectives have kept their words regarding their researches, and it was insightful because when we are in a different country or a different domain, we are just boundary ourselves to a certain thing. But when we are having this type of international platform, then definitely we can exchange our thoughts, our ideas, and also the research that could come in the coming days. So in that way, it was very insightful. Thank you, all of the keynote speaker keynote speakers. Thank you. And next, we will be meeting very soon with a guest speaker session. Thank you.
Thank you for your moderation, Mr. BASU. And also, we all listened from different countries, New Zealand, Argentina, Indonesia, Portugal. Thank you for your great efforts, Siham EL-KAFAFİ, Hernán FORLEO, Dewi Puspaningtyas, Luís Miguel Cardoso, and Firdaus Basbeth. Thank you very much for your presentation. We will give 5 minutes break, and after that we will go on with guest speakers session.
Okay, bye. Bye.
Thank you, Basu sir.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So very good afternoon. I, Dr. Analjyoti BASU, welcoming you to the guest speaker session. I am Dr. Analjyoti BASU. I am a Innovation Ambassador, Ministry of Education, Government of India, and also presently Associate Professor of Brainware University. We are in the 9th edition of CEO Congress, which started with the lame step, but we are firmly going ahead day by day. And this time, as you can see, 403 academicians from 32 countries have participated. Yes, one man standing still strong from the day one, that is Professor Dr. Kerim Kiradal, and he is really working hard. And now let's start the guest speaker session, and let us welcome Dr. IR Amelia Nain Indraja, MBA, head of the CSMR IPMI Institute, Jakarta, Indonesia, and she is the keynote speaker. And I will welcome IR Amelia Nain Indraja. Please, madam, please start.
Thank you very much, Professor BASU. I would like to extend my deepest gratitude for everyone who is in the forum, communication, economy, and organization conference. And this is the 9th CEO, so I'm really grateful. And then I have made lots of collaboration with participants of CEO. So I'm looking forward as well if you are wanting to have a collaboration with us from IPMI Institute, Jakarta, Indonesia. So good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and to every one of you from different parts of the world. Today, I would like to share a hot topic because this is now becoming the topic in Indonesia. Okay, I would have to ask my colleague Lucita to share the screen for me. Hello, Lucy. Thank you so much, Lucy. Can you make it slideshow? Yes. So, professor from around the world, as you have seen from the news, currently Indonesia is having a very big discussion. Can you do it slideshow? Yes. Okay. Thank you so much. Yes, we are going to relocate our capital city from Jakarta to this new capital city, IKN. This is Ibu Kota Nusantara, meaning Capital City Nusantara. And it is going to be more than 1,000 kilometers. So very far away. So if you see Kuala Lumpur, for example, moving their capital city to Putrajaya, it's only very near, right? But here in Indonesia, we're going to move our capital city from Jakarta to another island, which is Kalimantan, and it is 1,000 kilometers more. It's very far and it's very different. The challenge and then the whole discussion is a very hot topic right now in Indonesia. So to answer my research question, I actually visited IKN, which is the new capital city, 2 weeks ago, and conduct some kind of a research with a focus group discussion. So this is my report actually with the title of The New Capital City IKN Forest City in Kalimantan, Supporting a Green Economy and Sustainable Living. Okay, next slide, please, Lucy. Yes, so the agenda would be the usual. I will start with introduction, and then at the end, I will come up with the conclusion. All right, next slide, please. Okay, so basically what we are looking here, this is the abstract of my paper. We are looking at a very interesting gap of research because, as we know, it will require so much money to move our capital city to Kalimantan. And it has a very detailed presidential decree on how to exactly do this in 25 years. And it requires 25% of the national budget, but it is going to be 75% from the investors. However, this is still not achieved yet. So this research question is actually trying to look at this issue and then answer like what would be how would the investors need supporting facilities to be able to achieve this target of 75% investment. Next slide, please. Lucy. So this is the idea for the IKN New Capital City. This is a very ambitious project. So I went there and I actually saw with my own eyes that this is a very different concept. Yes. So this is a symbol of national identity. So it's very detailed design for a city that is supporting sustainable living, and then would like to be an exemplary of a place where there is no fossil fuel is used and everything is green economy, and it's also a smart city, and it would like to be the center for future economic transformation. So the presidential decree is showing that this city should be something that we should be proud of because the concept is really good. So the next slide, please. Yes, and then this capital city Nusantara will be an exemplary forest city because it is still it's not disturbing the current forest, so it's even doing deforestation. So if you would see that they are really still using the forest as it is, it's only 25% of skyscraper, but the other 75% is the real forest still remaining, you know. It's a very green city. And it's also designed to be a sponge city in a way that it will be absorbing really the water and the carbon. So it will be a carbon neutral city by the year of 2030. And so it's also designed to be a smart city. Yeah. And so based on the detailed design, this should be an exemplary city where everyone would love to be living in this kind of a neighborhood. Okay, next slide, please. Okay, next slide. This, yes. Okay, the methodology is we are using a descriptive, qualitative, single case study. And then what we're doing is we invited the prospective investors and then we asked in-depth interview, and those informants, they came up with very rich answer on how to improve support for this new capital city of Nusantara. Next slide, please. Based on the focus group discussion, we did a thematic based on artificial intelligence. So it came up in two big themes coming up from the focus group discussion and in-depth interview. So the biggest finding is that they wanted to make sure that there's a law enforcement against corruption, and there should be better education and socialization on the development of this capital city, and it should be a reformacy of bureaucracy by merit system and digitalization so that everyone could see the whole process in a transparent manner. And they would also ask for fiscal incentive and an infrastructure and realistic pace of development. And then, of course, they would also need a reformation of bureaucracy. Yes, as we have mentioned before, yeah. And I would like to invite stakeholders, academics, the business community, government, and media to all collaborate. So all this A, B, C, G, academic, business community, community, and government is very, very important to come together to make sure that this new capital city needs to go in a correct pathway. Yeah. Next slide, please, Lucy. So, what do we come up with? What do we have from the focus group discussion and the in-depth interview? Basically, everyone in Indonesia needs to understand what is going on in this new capital city, because there are lots of rumor, there's lots of hoax, lots of skeptical thinking, there's lots of negativity, because there is no common transparency source of communication that is sharing the truth of the developing process in the capital city of Nusantara. So with these interactive sessions, after the coding, the interesting finding is showing that the investors would like to have more transparent communication. They would like to see more commitment toward integrity and a corruption-free system, and they would like to have incentive packages for the investors, dependable infrastructure, and then developing a mutual trust. But of course, this is still a limited research. The future research should be conducted more robust to find out in each and every detail infrastructure process in the capital city of Nusantara. Next slide, please. No, so for those of you who would like to have conversation on this new capital city or on the other new and interesting research, to have collaboration with the Indonesian researcher, please contact me through Facebook, LinkedIn, email, or my WhatsApp. And we are looking forward to have a collaboration with you from IPMI Institute, Jakarta, Indonesia. So yes, let us know if you want to collaborate with us. Thank you very much. So you can stop sharing. Thank you.
Thank you very much, madam, for your insightful one. And yes, everybody would like to collaborate with Jakarta IPMI. Well, definitely we will come back to you afterwards. And next, okay, madam. So we are going to call the next speaker. That is Associate Professor Murtaza Hasanoglu. He is from Azerbaijan State Administration Academy, Azerbaijan. Welcome, Professor Murtaza. He will be speaking in Turkish.
Çok teşekkür ederim. Good morning. Çok teşekkür ederim. Akademi ve düşünce dünyasının kıymetli mensupları. Sesim geliyor mu? Kerem hocam.
Geliyor hocam. Kısa tutalım mümkünse hocam.
Tamam, tamam. Sizleri en kalbi duygularımla, hürmetle, muhabbetle selamlıyorum. Sempozyumu düzenleyenlere, kongreyi düzenleyenlere, katkı verenlere çok teşekkür ediyorum. Sempozyum Bilim Kurulu'na teşekkür ediyorum. Katılımcılara teşekkür ediyorum. Öncelikle Kerim Karadar hocama teşekkür ediyorum. İletişim, ekonomi, yönetim, organizasyon, girişimcilik ve bilimsel araştırma kültürünün gelişmesine katkıda bulunan Uluslararası CEO, İletişim, Ekonomi, Organizasyon ve Sosyal Bilimler Kongresi'nde sizlerle bir araya gelmekten büyük bir memnuniyet duyuyorum. Bölgemizin ve dünyanın meselelerini konuşmak, tartışmak ve bunlara çözüm yolları üretmek için buradayız. Dünyanın durumu değerli arkadaşlar ortada. Savaşlar, iklim felaketleri, enerji krizi, ekonomik siyasi kutuplaşmalar, yükselen enflasyon, artan faizler, yapay zeka ve teknolojinin yıkıcı etkileri. Kısacası da 2024 yılı pek de kolay olmayacak gibi. Dünyada küreselleşme sürecinde yaşadığımız dünya büyük bir değişim ve dönüşüm yaşamaktadır. 21. yüzyılda devlet idarəçiliyi, kamu yönetim anlayışı, yapıları, sistemleri, stratejileri ve politikaları da büyük bir dönüşümden geçiyor. Bu yeni anlayış içinde 21. yüzyılda kamu yönetiminde insan haklarına saygılı, katılımcı, öngörülebilir, açık ve şeffaf olmalıdır. Aynı zamanda yönetişim, performans, etkililik, tutarlılık, stratejik inovasyon, toplam kalite yönetimi gibi ilkeler de devlet idarəçiliyinin, kamu yönetiminin yeniden yapılandırılmasında önemli rol oynayan temel taşlardır. Geçtiğimiz yüzyılın ikinci yarısından itibaren tüm dünyada küreselleşme, uluslararası rekabet, bilişim ve iletişim teknolojilerindeki baş döndüren gelişmelerin de şiddetli baskısıyla gelişmiş olsun veya gelişmekte olan pek çok ülke ekonomik, siyasal, toplumsal, kültürel, teknik ve idari sistemlerinde de köklü değişim ve dönüşümler gerçekleştirme yolunda önemli adımlar atmışlardı. Bu küresel değişim ve dönüşüm ve buna bağlı olarak da atılan adımlar yüzyılın sonunda hızlanmış, devletlerin, ülkelerin, milletlerin çeşitli kurumlarını ve kuruluşlarını ve kurumların kendi arasındaki ve kurumların, kuruluşların toplumla olan ilişkiler sistemi ve anlayışlarını da değiştirmiş, sorgulanıp eleştirmiş ve birçok açıdan da aşındırmış. Küresel düzeyde karşılıklı bağımlılık ve ilişkilerin de egemen olduğu ve olmaya başladığı bir dünyada devletin rolüne, varlık nedenine ya da kurumsal yapısına yeni anlamlar ve görevler de yüklenmiştir. Devlet örgütlenmesi ve bu örgütlenmenin işleyişi, etkililik ve işlevsellik kavramları çerçevesinde yeniden tanımlanıp formüle edilmiş ve hemen hemen hiçbir kurum, toplum, devlet ve ülke bu değişim karşısında direnç gösterememiş, sistemlerini de bu gelişmeler doğrultusunda yeniden düzenlemeye çalışmışlardır. Dünya tarihinin başlangıcından bu yana insanoğlu da sürekli değişim ve dönüşüm sürecinde ihtiyaçlarını karşılamak amacıyla bir arada bulunmaktadır. Bu temel ihtiyaçlardan birisi de yönetme, yönetilme ihtiyacı. Devletli toplumlara kadar geçen sürede devlet olgusu da her kültürün içinde barındırdığı dinamiklere oranla şekillenmiş ve değişen küresel şartlara göre de yeniden yapılandırılmaktadır.
Toparlayalım mı hocam?
Tamam. O zaman 2000'li yıllarda gelindiyse dünya genelinde sistemler ve yapılar çeşitli değişimlere uğramıştır. Bu değişimlerin temel sebebi de bilgi ve iletişim teknolojilerinin gelişmesine bağlı olarak internet kullanımının yaygınlaşması, internet tabanlı cihazların otomasyon sistemlerinin iletişimde, üretimde ve dahi yönetimde vazgeçilmez bir hale gelmiştir. Söz konusu değişimler internet dünyasında Web 1.0, Web 2.0, Web 3.0 şeklinde isimlendirilirken endüstride de 1.0, Endüstri 2.0, Endüstri 3.0, Endüstri 4.0 şeklinde tanımlanmaktadır. Ben sözümü fazla uzatmadan bütün katılımcılara, değerli bilim adamlarına, Kerim Karadal hocam özellikle sizlere teşekkür ediyorum. Daha sonraki oturumlarda bütün arkadaşlarımıza başarılar, uğurlar diliyorum. Teşekkür ediyorum.
So, thank you very much, Murtaza sir, for your wonderful words, and surely it will give us some insights to all the viewers, those and also the academicians, the researchers throughout the globe, those who are here. Thank you very much. And with this, we end the guest speaker session. And next, we will be in the research methodology session, and it will be taken by Mr. Rite. And with this, I end the session and also leaving the presentation. Now, Karim Keradal sir will take over the session for the next research methodology session. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, Mr. BASU. You moderated 2 sessions. Great.
Thank you, sir.
And also thank you very much, Amalia Naim. You added value always to our Congress, and also Murtaza Hazanoğlu hocam. He spoke in Turkish. I think you didn't understand, but this congress is Turkish and English language congress, so we give a Turkish language right to speak. So we will skip to research method workshop. Dr. Raya from Thailand, Payap University, will speak about validity and reliability in qualitative, quantitative, and mixed method research. Before that, we want to finish the broadcasting YouTube, and we will start it again. Mr. Raya, we will start 1 minute. In 1 minute.